Okay, people, cat, we're live. We are here. We are back. Well, it's not live. This is all recorded. So just so you know, this is not live happening. I've did this together. Yes, easy for me to say. Anyway, we're back here for laying it down with Big D. I'm your host, Big D. Today, I've got another player. We're starting to branch out more into the players. We're gonna have a bigger pool of players to draw through for guests on the podcast, and one now that we've wanted to have on here for a while, and also number one super fan of laying it down with Big D. We got Mr. REKMEISTER here. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So good today.
Well, and I gave you the big title of laying it down with Big D Superfan. Alex is actually a freshly minted ECL player. He's been playing in advance for a while, been to multiple lands, performed very well at those. He is definitely a rising star in North American Counter-Strike if he continues the trajectory he is on. So don't let me downplay it like you're just some random dude that's on the podcast here, but currently playing for Take Flight, as you can see by the jersey. Well, you just qualified for ECL. How does that feel?
Honestly, maybe a shocker. Like if you've seen your stream, the last time we talked, everyone was so excited. I personally, I was like shocked, but like, I'm like, what's next? Like I thought I should be more happier than this. Like a couple days after, like it feels good, but like just like the afterthought of like where do I go next is like still in my mind. And so maybe like I'm not as excited to be in like because I feel like deserve to be ECL for like a year, like for like at least a year or like or two. But like just I don't know. It just feels weird. And the whole ECL Cup thing, like what is that? I don't it
We
it's
don't
gonna be
know.
different.
I just found out from you prior to this recording that some teams are guaranteed a few of these cups coming up, and some teams are only guaranteed one, and who knows how any of that works. But uh, regardless of anything, right now you're an ECL player. That's nobody can take that away from you. You solidified that fact. That's been something that's something you've been saying you've deserved for a long time, and I don't think anybody would argue with you. But um, Nico's deserved to win a major for a long time, but he's never won a major. So you've got the proof to back up your claims.
That is
Um,
true.
let's go back in time though. Let's find out. You're already a young man. How old are you right now?
I'm 23, turning 24 in a month. So
You're 23. I thought you were 19.
nope. Everyone thinks I'm young. Like just kills me sometimes. I'm getting old.
You're not old. You're 23. When's your birthday?
July 8th.
Such a Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a Cancer. So you've got a birthday coming up here in a few weeks. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go back in time then. Crank back the years. What's your earliest memory of gaming, and how did it lead you to Counter-Strike?
My earliest was like playing like probably SOCOM Navy SEALs 2 or like 1 on the PlayStation.
No way. Back-to-back days with SOCOM being the pipeline? Okay, go on. Literally yesterday we had Coley on, and he's like, I used to play
No.
SOCOM back in the day. That's where I got started. Go on.
I didn't even watch that interview yet, so
That's wild.
um Battlefront 2, just like a lot of single player games as well. To Crash Bandicoot to
Shout out to
whatever.
Naughty Dog.
But yeah, I played on PlayStation 2 for like really long time. Got to PlayStation 3, played Call of Duty for a long time, just casually. Um, Then around like 2014, maybe no, actually 2013, I begged my sister to have her laptop. I still have the laptop today. But I begged her to she let me borrow it for a while. Then like eventually I kept it, but I played Minecraft on there for a while. And eventually like I begged my mom to get like a Steam card, like a gift card, because she didn't want to put like her credit card on like this unknown thing. Uh, and I got Counter-Strike after seeing some of my favorite YouTubers like fucking play the game. And then after that, I just played casually on that laptop. It was a really bad laptop, getting like 40 frames. Um, and yeah, it was I think playing first person shooters is really it always come like it came to me. Like I can the angles, the it's like shooting in general, just always a fun thing I could do. And like yeah, that's how I got started with Counter-Strike.
Dude, that's funny. You hit both SOCOM and Minecraft in there for the pipeline to Counter Strike. So that was I need to get a counter somewhere up here on the video for when I asked this question for whether people came through Minecraft or the other big one is oh well my older brother played on the computer and I had to get better than him. You know that's always a big one as well. Do you have any siblings that like you were competing against that helped you grow as a competitor when you were younger?
My sister is like the most she's the best. So like background like when I got that laptop, I eventually upgraded to like a better PC, but yeah, she inspired me to do swimming in high school. And it was like one of the best things I could have done as a just a person. It made me grow like as a person, as a competitor. Like I was so introverted as a kid and I couldn't talk to anyone at all. Like it was bad. But like getting better and just like putting time and like effort into swimming like in high school eventually led to me being a captain on the swim team. And yeah, just I kept like not so if you don't know, swimmers are like a lot of swimmers are usually like they usually start swimming around like 6 like competitively, or like just it's like a sport where they start around that age. And like I joined in kind of late, so I kind of had to like face against my friends and just like keep getting better. Like, and they've been swimming 10 years longer, and like I eventually did and got really good at swimming. And this is all due to my sister. She was once a swimmer. She also plays softball, and I didn't. Now I like baseball, but like I wasn't gonna do that in high school. But yeah, just
Hey, same.
yeah, swimming was still is a big thing in my life. Just being a competitor in that sport just made me grow. Um, One thing I want to say about swimming, um, I graduated in 2020, so uh, I had goals in swimming, like to beat the school record, and that was like my whole goal. Like I went through training in the off season, like I really wanted to beat the school record, a 100-meter butterfly, and I just kept dropping time, and what's it called? Uh, yeah, all all the time like built for this. Like I was so close senior year, and when, as you know, COVID happened in February in 2020 or like March, and that's when States was happening. States is like the biggest event for swimming in high school, and I qualified, and it ended up getting canceled. So I didn't really have an opportunity because like as a swimmer, you also have to like um so you train so the season starts like in the winter, and like so and at the end of the year you shave and you get buy like a $200 tech suit to make you go faster, and it drops your time by like a lot, like so much. because it's just you're water resistant and you just go faster, and you just do like heavy training like throughout the season, and what's it called? Yeah, I trained for this one event just for it to get canceled by COVID, and it was heartbreaking. I cried the day I found out, and just it still makes me iffy inside. Just no, I didn't get the opportunity to have that one last swim and to beat that. I was so close to the school record. You don't. But yeah, just all that for nothing. Out of my control. Never got that chance. So, but yeah.
You're forging new chances in your life now. That does suck, dude. I'm sorry that happened because, man, I can't imagine how bad it was for so many young people with COVID and those kinds of things. Like seriously, when COVID happened to me, I was sitting inside playing Counter-Strike all day as an adult, so I didn't really care that it happened, right? Like I didn't think about it. I mean, it sucked. It obviously changed the world, but those are the kinds of things that you just don't think about outside of your own little bubble. So I'm very sorry to hear you went through that.
Well,
I guess you just have to keep on swimming.
Well, right after that, so I got picked up by college, Division II, Southern State Connecticut University, and that was in the summer of 2020. I went there because of my close friend Jaylon. Jaylon, unfortunately, that summer he passed away in a car accident. He was a former teammate, and he was a diver of my high school team. And he was like a year ahead of me, so he went to Southern, and so he was like the reason why I wanted to swim there because I knew him. But yeah, he unfortunately passed away, and that led me to keep swimming for one more year. But unfortunately, as this is not, I'm not gonna tell my whole. Well, I'll tell a little bit of my sob story. My first day of practice, at that college, I dislocated my knee doing like a jumping exercise. And this is at 5 a.m. on a dewy, turfy surface. If you know turf, it's kind of slippery in the morning, and it was like you jump, switch your feet midair, and then land. I landed, slipped, dislocated my left knee, and I don't even know, right knee, I think. I don't even remember at that point, but yeah, it was my left knee, and yeah, I was out for 5 months, and that's where the grind for Counter-Strike reappeared, because for since 2016, I've been playing the game casually. I played ESCA for a little bit, but I never competed. But even in high school, I just go on aimbots and deathmatch because I love Nico. He's my favorite player, and I just knew he loved deathmatching, and I grew the love for deathmatch myself. So I would just after practice, of swim practice, I just go and deathmatch for an hour or two just for fun, and it become it felt good, helps me release a lot of frustrations with life, shooting people. But yeah, I was just dislocated knee. Everyone had masks. With my laptop, or I bought a laptop for college, but it's a gaming laptop.
This time it's a gaming laptop.
With a 2070, and I brought my monitor as well, and I just hook it up, play at the desk at my school dorm, and then just with my brace, just keep playing. And then I never played Face It until I did in 2015, maybe a little bit, but I got level 10 and I went from level 3 to level 10 in maybe 4 months, 5 months.
Damn.
And
took me 10 years.
Are you still level 10 now?
We're hanging on by a thread. We've been in a slump recently. I'm 2009 right now. I was 2290. I was 2296 like a week and a half ago. So I was solidified up there in level 10, but it's been Slumpsville for your boy, dude. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know if the weed be hitting too good or if I'm just like I swear to God it's my internet, dude. I swear to God it's my internet because it's
Yeah.
just like certain days, oh, point your crosshair at that guy, nothing. It is not happening. No time at all. And then when your shots do connect, it's when your crosshair is nowhere near them and you were like whiffing a
Yeah.
shot and it lands on them and you're like, excuse me? So I go through that with my internet, and you know, whatever focus of everything. But either way, man, I don't want to gloss over the fact that you went through that with your swim career and losing your friend like that. I'm really sorry to hear you had all that happen. I am glad that you found a positive outlet in Counter Strike though, and didn't let that competitive spirit die.
Yeah. Like, I- it just it just made me like I don't think I'd be as positive or in any talkative, like I couldn't even talk back then. I'm still trying to improve my communication skills day by day. It was never a strong suit, but that's why I'm here as well. Just want to improve this as well. But
Practice makes perfect, baby.
yep, just got to keep doing it even if I fail and look like a dumbass. But yeah, just uh I'm glad I did swimming, and I end up quitting a year after in the spring of 2021, and that's where my ESEA adventures began.
Well,
So,
and this is a good segue for something I wanted to talk to you about, something that I need to start asking more players. What if you could go back and talk to yourself that was starting out at that point? What are the tips that you would tell them right now to avoid like a lot of the pain and heartache you did over the last like 5 years?
well, honestly, I would have told myself, well, when I started, so I would tell myself, well, I really want to tell myself if I could, if I had the chance, to start playing earlier. I feel like that would have helped me develop. Well, maybe when I'm when I was a swimmer, to tell myself to play, like, just play in league. You know, that also playing in league has helped me grow as a communicator and just a person who can talk to people and have conversation. But as a player, when I first started a couple years ago, um, I changed nothing. I think maybe just keep it up. I just, but like I just love the way I like. Maybe was hard stuck in advance a little bit too long, but the way I the way I grew as a player was natural, and I feel like nothing should change.
What do you think your keys to success were? Like what were you doing as far to see that market improvement as time went
Um.
on?
Oh, maybe yeah. Just one thing that like I struggled with early was communicating my thoughts in game, and yeah, just what I want to do because like I could shoot back, and that was a really that thing that came to me. But communicating my team, and that was always like a struggle. So I'd focus on that if I could, and yeah.
Okay. Well, what about like DMing? Like, is it? How do you feel about like what's your practice regimen like individually to grow along that trajectory? Do you DM a bunch, or do you pug a lot, or do you only
Uh,
queue with friends?
I've
Do you
always
tell your
played
friends
MM.
I'm not playing with them?
what's it called? Yeah, I'd play MM and I just DM usually. I DM for like a long amount of time, like an hour to like usually an hour. That's like for warm up for an hour. I never really pugged face it. I just hit 1,000 pugs compared to like I swear everyone my level is like 4,000 pugs, 2,000, 3,000. I'm starting to engage like I'm starting to do that now because that's also an area where I need to improve at because I think just playing pugs will also help you improve your just game sense and just also networking and meeting amazing people. But just just the MM I play MM weekly and I always get my warm up routine and that just refrag or usually aimbots for 20 minutes and 40 minutes of deathmatch or maybe like 30 minutes sometimes. But yeah, I always try to get that in.
My cat's blinking at me right now. He's being amazing.
That means they love you.
He does. He loves me so much. Oh, sweet, sweet Momo. Um, well, I think that's really cool. Let's let's talk about the North American Counter-Strike scene though, shall we? In general, what are your thoughts on it? Is it obviously we're not on the level with the rest of the world, but do you feel like we're getting closer to it than we have been? Or do you feel like there's still a lot of improvements to be made? And what do you think some of those improvements could be?
Well, I know COVID was a big letdown. It destroyed a lot of the scene. So I feel like the players from COVID, from in between there, they're kind of like gone, quit the game, retired. And there's some of them still are in the scene. And I think now we're kind of seeing like a lot of players that started in 2021 league. I see like Lake or like Jaba, and then like so many other Grizz. I feel like they've been playing for a long time, or like a little bit around my time. I don't know for how long, but like they're starting to get opportunities, and I think that is where we're gonna grow as a scene, and that's where we're gonna be like top 10. Like those players are gonna lead that era of CS, and I think that's also gonna be my opportunity to shine as well. Just in the next up and coming years, we're just gonna keep growing. I think we're on a good like schedule. Hopefully, another no COVID or anything happens again, or anything, or another game releases. That's even better than CS. Better, but just gotta keep. Think we're doing good now. Like just maybe a little bit more org support. I don't know what it was back then, like in the tier 2 area, but I feel like it was a little bit better, like more like salaried players and more just sponsors in the scene maybe. But
More
that's just what
sponsors
I.
was a big part of it.
Mm, okay. Yeah. Just that's just the key for also growth because like I I'm like just managing like I'm starting my full-time job next week and just like that's also like I also balance the other stuff in my life. Um and I also want to go for my master's again after graduating. So like just money, salary, or just any org support will benefit me so much. To be honest, just trying to just balance my life right now and just get better as a player.
I hear that. Well, what was it? How long did it take you to get to advanced as a player once you started competing? And then what was the journey like as you felt like you were hard stuck in advanced?
That's a great question. I started in season 36. That was 2020, and I went from uh yeah, I think yeah, first season I dropped 100 ADR in open, which is really crazy for me. Like I didn't know how competitive like open was back then. but I got out of open, went to IM to main, and then like 4 seasons is a year, so a year in main. I played with a couple notable players. Magic, he's on he's on Looking for Org, but he plays with
I
Nightblade.
think he is officially, yeah, he was on the Chill Guys roster.
Redman, also fellow old man and bald person. Uh,
Who are you calling an old man?
I don't know. The audience.
I'm not bald.
Well, you're
I'm
old.
what? Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take it. In the gamer sphere, I am old. This cat is trying to make biscuits on my belly. Momo, get down.
But yeah, I played with Roar and this other guy named Vim and maybe a couple other players. And eventually I got called up by this IGL named Bear. I think they were. Eventually, the team was called. Well, I was playing under Zero Marksman, great org by the way, with a great owner, and
I think I cast one of your games at one point. Then maybe 2.5 years ago.
Probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't remember, but anyway, I played with Dreza, Gone, Stormy, some known players these days. And my first HLTV match was against Take Flight, I believe, getting stomped by them. It was bad. It was Umar, I think it was at Nick X, and I don't even remember the other. Maybe like Summy, I don't know. But yeah, it was with that roster, and I put up good stats, but just the loss. We just got stomped. Like that hurt, but yeah, that was my first HLTV match. That led to me. I think I stayed there for a year, and then I departed for a more like experienced team. With this couple known players, Reham, SGM. They're kind of older players playing like for way longer than I have, since like season 20 or something. And we went deep in the playoffs. That was my first. I think that was the end of CS:GO, I believe. We went really deep, and we beat a couple notable teams in mid-season. I think we beat Might at one point. With Stamina, DJ. But yeah, that was the season that didn't have HLTV. So I think we got like a couple. I don't know how much money we made, but we got pretty deep, and that was my breakout season. Like that was when just a lot of people started just acknowledging me, and that's when the transition to CS2 happened, and we continued. I think we got number 1 or 2 seed in season, whatever the first season of CS2 was, and that was a rough season. I don't think anyone wanted to play CS2 because it's a bad game.
It was broken when it came out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I also had another good season.
And Counter-Strikers don't like change.
Oh, yeah. That is also the big one. So like my team, after a rough loss against Villainous, just everyone like kind of disbanded, and so I went to a team called Supernova. They're the Impact team, but they had us on the team. But I end up like quitting for a little bit. This is like last year. I ended up playing after like it was that Supernova team was with Ducky and like now now ECL players, just Oreos and Dante, and another guy named Jay was on that team, and yeah, I ended up quitting because I just so much things going on in my life at that point, and just CS was not fun. So I ended up playing with my 72-year-old friend at that point, in open.
Shout out
Uh,
Erab.
Shout out Erab. I know he'll be watching this. So, um, yeah, it was that. That season meant a lot to me. Like, um, just like that was like kind of the deciding point. Like, I was like, should I keep playing the game? Should I not? Like, but playing with those players and friends, it kind of sparked and like a love for the game again. Just um, end up making IM. So the first 72-year-old player to ever hit IM, the fucking GOAT. Fucking no, I'm just so glad. And you got an article written by Dust 2 and a bunch of other websites like Fragbite and I don't know, written about him. That people acknowledging Erab as a player. He has 5,000 hours. He is one of my. I've been playing with him since like 2022, 2021, since 4 years now. Playing with him every night. He works so hard for his nade lineups with his conditions, like and just so he has uh chronic arthritis, I believe, and Erab's gonna hate on me for getting all this wrong, but like he like he can't he's like on meds all the time and he can't like sleep, like he has sleeping problems, but it is really rough for him to even get on and play. And just seeing him putting time and effort into the game at his age, just that motivated me. Like, it may sound corny or whatever, but like just seeing that put a smile on my face, and I cried when Dust 2 wrote that article. I didn't cry, maybe tears, but
You're such a
but
cancer.
yeah, I'm emotional. But it's just like he means that much to me, and but yeah, we made IM, and I was like, fuck these guys, and um, I'm better than no. Uh, I got picked up by my friend Shane, or he's twitchy back then, and with my there on that roster was with X and Kodak, and then we picked up Jared, Outback, the owner of Copenhagen Wolves, on that team. We scouted him. I'm proud. I'm proud. I can say I scouted him out. But yeah, we played the season. We ended up getting fucked so bad in that season. We got relegated, but we had fun for the most part. And yeah, after that, what did I do after that? I'm blanking out what team I played for after that. Oh wait, okay, I played for some team with just some team. Really, really not fun season, but I ended up grinding, playing with that team, and ended up playing my first LAN with Kojo Mo, MDS, Gabe, and Jared for at one of the Philly frag taps, I think. So that was also a networking thing for me, just getting back in the scene, getting like showing my skill out on LAN and actually meeting people and enjoying myself in the scene. And then from that, yeah. So basically, I kind of networked with Might, and like like I talk like at that event, I talked to DJ, stuff, blah blah blah, and at they needed a sub in Kansas City like a week before, so I end up being their sub, going there, booking everything last minute, and getting help paid, of course, and that was playing with Pone, DJ, Louie, and Snakes was amazing experience going and seeing you big. I met so many people at that KC LAN, and I met Nello, the Take Flight owner, co-owner. Uh, I met Steele. I met so many people in that event. Just it was just a fun event. We faced Sharks, uh, a really great Brazilian team. We faced other teams. I think we placed like we went in the playoffs. I think, and we placed decently. And that was like just a amazing event in general, and just all the people I met. And that's kind of where I joined Might in January or like December. I played with him for about a month, played like one CCT event, and then got booted. Um, that's where my Take Flight story begins. So,
Well, and what was that? What was that like? What was the reason for them removing you from Might? Did they give you a reason, or did you just feel that it was coming, or?
so it was the reason was they wanted an opper. Snakes took on the role after Pone left, uh, as op, and Snakes is not really like naturally an op, and he's more of a passive player, anchor player. So just getting him back to those roles felt like it was the right decision, and
So it
yeah.
wasn't like some big dramatic exit or anything. It just.
No, they just it came surprisingly, like just like one day before practice, they just told me we love you, and yeah, we're we're gonna decide you're off the team.
We
It was
love
between
you, but.
yep. Now that it's Louis out, it was between me and Louis, and they decided me because I'm new, and yeah, um, new to the team, and I got kicked, and that was really rough on me. I felt like my chance was like, oh damn, I networked and made all these friends, and just to get kicked, like like where do I go from here? Like I was so shook because it came randomly again, and yeah, just they say they loved me, and they hurt.
I'm not laughing
Happy
at
to
you.
know. Yeah, you are.
Maybe I am. What do I know? No, I'm not laughing at you. I can only imagine how tough it is. I yeah, I think it's I think that a lot of people that haven't made it to like the levels that you've reached or whatever, to these advanced levels, they look at that and think like, oh, once I'm there, I can kind of just hold my spot and I'll have made it, right? And then, but it's like a
Oh,
constant grind. Like everything's volatile in our scene. How do you feel about the like play? I only have a few more questions here for you before we wrap things up, but how do you feel about the player shuffle in general? That I feel like it's more noticeable in NA just because we see the news of it more often than, I don't know how much people pay attention to tier 2, 3 CS in EU, but in other regions. But like, how do you feel about the roster shuffle?
just in general, uh, I think a lot of teams kind of give up before like the team actually gets good. You saw on a couple of advanced teams this season, and just in the past couple seasons, just the roster shuffle happens, and like I think you got to play for like maybe 2 or 3 seasons to like fully understand, like just to actually mesh well together. And some people just don't give that the chance anymore, and it's just becoming consistently like prominent with all the good NA teams. And it happened way too much with ECL, especially this season. Um, I can't tell, like Party Astronauts and like all like every I can't, like all these teams just I can't keep track anymore because like I thought there's a huge roster shuffle like 6 months ago, but it just keeps happening at this point. So it's just like, what's happening? Like really big roster shuffles with like 3 or 4 players just leave and go split, and it's just wild to me how that happens. Like almost. Well, I feel like it's been happening more recently. Maybe it's because I've been paying attention more, like more involved, but it's just too much. But yeah.
Fair enough. I also wish to see more rosters stick together and stay together for a while, or at least like a core of people, right? Like obviously you're gonna make adjustments, but like I do feel like just so many teams like, well, we only took 4th place this season, and then boom, everything falls apart, and it's like, guys, come on, you took 4th fucking place. Like, keep going. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. All right, well here, I got a couple more questions for you, and then we'll call it a wrap. And then whenever you want to practice your speaking skills, young man, since you get to call me an old man, old, whenever you want to come, whenever you want to come through here and practice your speaking skills, little boy, you're more than welcome to.
Little boy, you went from what? That's a little too. Oh God.
What did I didn't even hear your mic cut out.
Little boy. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Anyway, you're always welcome to come back. But let's hear that we are at time of recording, getting ready to. This will come out the day before the major playoffs start. We've got our 8 teams. How do your pick'ems look for them? Who do you got in this? What's your predictions? Anything? Any spicy takes? I see a lot of people putting Na'Vi over Vitality, and I'm like, you are smoking crack, but what do I know?
Okay, maybe they have a point since everything's been fucked this entire tournament, but I don't see a world where Vitality that's like a big choke, just like Falcons did. Like no way Vitality can lose to Na'Vi, a team that hasn't been feeling inconsistent and just bad. Just been bad recently. But I got Spirit winning against Mouse, I believe. Yeah, and then Vitality wins. I have Vitality winning against Spirit. And then for the lower other bracket, that's I think it's Fury and FaZe.
Fury and Pain.
Oh, Fury. Oh no.
It's a Brazilian showdown, dude.
I got Furia winning that because they have the experience, and then FaZe versus
And your Kinder's going off right now.
Oh God. Do you know who's facing FaZe?
Mongols.
Okay. FaZe wins through both of those teams, and they face Vitality.
I am hoping, and Vitality takes it all.
Yes.
I was gonna say not sadly. It's gonna be great when Vitality wins. I am very much hoping for FaZe Vitality Grand Final. I personally don't. If Furia plays like they have been, FaZe will not be beating Furia to get. It will be a Furia Vitality Grand Finals. That being said, if Spirit beats Mouse and Spirit keeps playing the way they're playing, Vitality might have some trouble getting into those grand finals and beating Spirit. I think that a team like Vitality understands how to beat a team like Spirit. So like I think they'll play well against them, right? But Spirit looks scary right now. I don't think this is. I don't look at this tournament and think, oh yeah, Vitality will lock it down. I do think they will lock it down, but like it's not going to be easy. I think we're going to get a lot of map 3s on the way to these finals, and I hope we get all 3 maps in the finals, even though they should be best of 5. Valve, I know you're watching. Gabe Newell, to specify, not Gabe from Chicken Coop, although he might be watching too. Well, yeah, all right. I like your predictions. All right, last 2 questions here. REKMEISTER, if that is your real name. Where does the name REKMEISTER come from?
REKMEISTER. So, Meister comes from Olaf Meister, of course. Like I kind of like nipped back in the day, but like just seeing Olaf Meister play, uh, I just- he's just a really great player. I used to watch all his streams back in like 2015 when he was like the best player in the world. And just wrecking people, like destroying people. That's how those two became one. REKMEISTER, all in caps, by the way.
All in caps. With the, is it the Trigun profile picture?
It was for a while. I think that's on my Twitch still. But I love Trigun. There's a poster right in front of me of Trigun. And I don't want to move my camera. My bed's dirty. So
We
I'd
talked
really
about
want
Alex being a slob.
to
He's not, actually. We're kidding.
Yeah, I'm so neat. But yeah.
All right, so you REKMEISTER with the anime profile picture. I like that. All right, very last question. You may or may not know this one since I know, are somebody who has actually watched these episodes. If you could give yourself a younger version of yourself some advice, it could be Counter-Strike related or life related. But if you could speak to the younger generation, speak to a younger version of yourself, whatever you want here, what is some advice you would impart upon them?
I think getting started with Counter-Strike a little bit earlier and just still trying to do it now. Just go out and do things in real life and explore, go to lands, go to like majors, or just go to anything and just even just travel around the world, just and talk to new people. Like it'll help you so much. A young REKMEISTER, young boy REKMEISTER, you don't realize, even though you want to stay in your little house and play whatever Minecraft or CS. But yeah, I think just just networking and just overall just that part would have helped my young self, and life would have been so much better.
Get out there and build a community. All right, just like the end of Hot Ones, this camera, this camera, this camera. Tell us what you got going on here. Where do people find REKMEISTER? What's up your sleeve?
Twitch.tv/REKMEISTER and REKMEISTER on Twitter. So
Heard
yeah,
that. All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for
thank you.
joining us, and thank you all for watching at home. And thank you for always sharing these in your Discord. That tickles me each time. All right, and thank
Yeah, I'll
you,
tickle
Momo,
you.
for making it. Okay, come on now. All right.